approaching 48 hours since this disaster unfolded. Yori Ko is a correspondent for the Wall Street Journal. She's joining us now from Tokyo. Walk us through what you've seen, Yori, a little bit over the past nearly 2 days. The devastation, the damage, the destruction. I know you're in Tokyo now, but you were out of Tokyo, closer to the scene just hours ago.
Right. Well, we did an initial flyover of the most hard-hit areas, and it was unbelievable. The entire neighborhood that stood there just, a few hours earlier, completely gone, just swept away. The ocean had broken through multiple protective seawalls, and the Sendai airport was charred around the outer rim. Planes were flung several kilometers away from the runways. Cars were, underwater and submerged, and there were a few cars running on some streets, but, there was very little sign of life, at least from the distance that we saw from up above.
Are the rescue teams getting there? Do we know if these search and rescue teams are already in place, or are they still sort of getting there on the way? Not only the Japanese military, but from around the world.
Well, I can't speak specifically as to which teams have already reached the areas, but we did see some helicopters searching even lower than we were for survivors. The people at the evacuation center where we were at yesterday, from Fukushima Prefecture, they said they wanted to get out to the coastal areas where they said about 80 homes were completely ruined and swept away. But just the conditions were still too difficult to make it through, and other officials have dissuaded them from doing so for their own safety.
What does it feel like, these aftershocks? I know there have been dozens of them since the 8.9 magnitude earthquake struck almost 48 hours ago.
Right. Well, in Tokyo, it's been pretty consistent. I got one just this morning, and they were, I would say, a couple every hour. The following 12 hours right after the earthquake. Yesterday, when we were in Fukushima Prefecture, we felt one right when we landed at around 2:30 p.m. And I mean, it's not very comforting, of course, and I'm sure the survivors and those that are injured aren't comforted by it either. It's a constant reminder of what's happened and what could possibly happen in the future.
Yori Ko is a correspondent for the Wall Street Journal, joining us from Tokyo. Yori, stand by. Gary Tuckman, our correspondent, is near the disaster scene right now. Gary, tell our viewers where you are, what you've seen.
Well, right now we're driving east from the town of Tsunami, which is on the western coast of northern Japan, by the Sea of Japan, heading towards Sendai. And I can tell you, talking about the